My name is Will Cernak, and I'm going to be presenting the design phase 3 for Team 7. So just an overview of our product. We're building a trash can that masks the odor of all the trash. So the way how it works is it's using an Arduino and a servo motor, which triggers a aerosol can that has air freshener in it to keep the trash smelling good. So anyway, we want to cater to college students because like dorm rooms that they all have trash and they only take it out once a week and it ends up smelling really bad. So we want to make it affordable, safe, and also to look good. Trash cans usually are an eyesore. So specifications. So our customer needs are what dictate the specifications of the product. For everything that we need, we set up customer interviews to see what they wanted to see in their next trash can. We also use concept generation. So basically we had a bunch of different possibilities of different devices, different servo motors, different methods of power, either battery or AC power, and we made a bunch of combinations, and then we used the gallery method to get feedback from our other teams at VTEPs for all the different combinations. And what we finally came to is the final prototype, which is a battery-powered and timed actuator. So here we have the air freshener, and then the servo motor, and then the Arduino. In our product that we manufacture, it would either be an Arduino or a simplified circuit board, as there's a lot we don't need in the Arduino. So basically, it's a battery powered and it's timed to hit the Febreze can or air freshener to keep your trash smelling great. So design materials. These are all the materials that we use just for the prototype. We've included with the Arduino, it costs $34 to produce. We definitely could cut down on that if we were to manufacture, mass produce it. The Arduino, for instance, is around $20 or more. We could far simplify it because all we need it for is a timer to tell when the servo is triggering. So we could far simplify that for cost. Alright, so failure modes and effects. A lot of things that we looked at for once we made our prototype were to see what could fail, and the biggest thing was a safety issue, but other things that we added were, this is a traditional trash can with traditional hinges. With the added weight on the lid, it could break. One thing was the springs weren't strong enough, so just added things that may fail. The springs weren't strong enough to hold the lid open. The other thing is a plastic clamp. Now for the prototype we use zip ties, but in the future we're going to have clamps that you could easily replace the aerosol can. And what we were thinking is whatever the plastic would be, if it were to snap when the user is replacing the canister, that it could cut them, or if it was sharp. So we take that into consideration, make it a little pliable material, more pliable material to prevent any injury if it breaks. Also the aerosol container, it could fail if it got clogged, for instance. We thought about making our own and making the nozzle a little bit bigger maybe, and also make it very easily accessible to remove for cleaning. Alright, so patents and competition. So what we wanted to be is to stand out from the pack. So we looked at other patents and what our closest competition was, so we could be original. Like some of the closest things we found were such as a trash receptacle with deodorizer. It's basically a dumpster or industrial sized trash can that once it was emptied, they would put a deodorizer all around the edges of the inside to keep it from smelling for the next week's trash. Also, we looked at a time electrical vehicular air freshener. This is not trash related, but it is a timed air freshener. That's what kind of coincided with what our project was. Also, the container with air freshener. This is a trash can that's lined with a deodorizer, such as trash bags, where they are already scented to neutralize the odor, which would work well, but ours is consistent, always timed every day. It'll spray a little bit or however increment you would like. So after making our prototype, there's definitely some improvements we could make. We haven't had that much testing, so we're really just predicting. But for the durability, that's definitely a big one. We want it to last long. We don't want college students to spend the money and then it break. Also, universality, we talked about making this device clip on to any generic trash can. So instead of selling a whole trash can, we could just sell the lid or something that would clip onto the rim of the trash can. So really anybody could buy it, and you don't have to buy a whole trash can. Also a vehicle version. So if we could scale it down, shape it so it would conveniently fit somewhere in your car, either behind the seat or whatnot, just to keep it out of the way, but also not make your car smell really bad. So, anyway, in conclusion, that's what we have for this year. A trash can that prevents yours from smelling, and